Americanadia.
Whatever. Hey there,
America.
everybody!
Americanadia.
Hey there,
America with
everybody!
maple leaves.
Hey there,
No,
everybody! Fuck
It's
you!
the successor to the Google Stadia.
God damn it! I hate
The Americanadia.
Well, would it
Whatever.
also be as fucking shitty and not work?
Hey there, everybody! I am Ule, and these are the fuckets.
Hi, I am Americanadia.
Yeah, these are the fuckets. Weed is joining us for Layers of Fear 2 because, by God, our sense is
I'm
already at
interesting.
0 in this fucking game.
Yeah, Weed is interested, and Yule and I are kind of tired of it.
Yes,
I'm interested to be bored. Yay!
I hate my entire life. I hate Layers of Fear 2. It's already no secret that I already hate Layers of Fear 2, but just I hope this is the final act. I seriously do.
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
Yule, didn't you tell me there were 4 acts before?
Fuck. Build the character. Look within. Context, background, when rooted in the past.
Rooted in the past. In the past.
Oh.
Gotta go back to the past, Samurai
So
Jack.
I guess I got to drop down the hole.
Cannonball. Love those dank
look,
and
it's
dark wooden
Resident.
hallways.
I mean, you know, this game looks like Resident Evil 7, but not as fun.
That's because it isn't.
So what have I been missing? Like, what have I not been experiencing with this game?
Okay, so why don't you give him the dossier?
Okay, so at the beginning, it's basically trying to shove in. It's like, hey, you're an actor, become your characters, lose your self-identity. It's trying to throw those themes into there, and it's basically just kind of subtle context with that, and it's also trying to tell its own little story with tiny clues about these 2 kids who got lost on a ship. One of them presumably being the main character we're playing.
Yeah.
And they stole food and were stowaways and all that, and now Yule is stuck in this giant distorted room.
Yeah. I will say this about the game: at least it looks like it runs very smoothly and it looks graphically decent.
That's Yule doesn't have any complaints about the game in terms of how it runs. He has complaints in terms of
in terms
the
of
gameplay.
performance. In terms of performance, this game runs at 1080p 60 frames per second, which, you know, is a standard.
And it's
in
pretty in doing so. It's not just chugging or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, no complaints there. But the problem I have with Layers of Fear 2 is, you know, just how bad
the way it's done.
Yeah,
One of the biggest
it seems
sticking
very
points.
PT without having the interesting aspects of PT.
Okay, how about you let Legon talk about the
No,
things?
well, that might have been a lag. I'm sorry.
Yeah, one of the biggest points of contention Yule has is the fact that there's enemies in this game that doesn't need them. Specifically done in ways to make it annoying and not even that fun, except in one specific segment out of the 3 that we've seen. Which, thankfully, there aren't that many of, because that isn't the main point of the game. It's more just surreal horror and psychological thriller.
I would have to agree with that then if that's the case, because I think something like PT I was trying to bring up before lag kind of fucked me over on that one. Is like, you don't need to have like an enemy or a creepy thing coming after you. You can just have a very creepy experience in a small secluded area like this, and that's all you need.
Yeah, and like I said, one of the main complaints that people had about Layers of Fear was that, you know, the game was supposedly predictable and the jump scares were well, not the jump scares. The scares weren't effective about Layers of Fear 1. And and that's not the purpose of a fucking, you know, of a psychological horror game. The purpose of a psychological horror game is to mess with you, to make you feel emotions without literally shoving monsters down your throat. That's not what a horror game does, right?
Right. Well, it's like even Final. I brought up Resident Evil 7 as a joke, but it kind of throws some monsters at you, but it also makes you have like a threat that you can't just kill in the Baker family, and that Jack Baker is always chasing you around, kind of. But you can never like fully kill him, so it's like that can be psychologically horrifying as well in a different context.
Yeah, but
This seems like a case where it's like they're just. Well, let me finish.
Yeah, don't
Like it seems like a case where they're just throwing enemies at you for the sake of throwing enemies at you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
That really just makes it suffer.
Layers of Fear was what made the Layers of Fear unique is that it had a story to tell with characters that were just as deep. And they didn't need to do any jump scares or exaggerated things. It could be literally its very own thing.
It stood on its own without needing to rely on what other things did.
So what do they do?
Yeah.
So what did they do? Immediately go
stand on the things other things did.
Right. Well, did you guys already play the first game, or did you guys?
This is me speaking from experience. We didn't play the first game. At least not for this channel.
For tonight we brew.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the kids that are stowaways are role-playing as pirates.
Yeah.
Barley, the cannoneer, he eats a lot. A
Arg.
whole lot. So he is round like a cannonball himself. This one time, he almost shot himself out of a cannon.
Jeez, kid, you really need to learn how to not capitalize in things that are not necessary.
Yeah,
Yeah, learn grammar.
apparently this one kid is like way into pretending to be a pirate. So that's why we immediately assume that the person playing the pirate is actually our actress that we're playing as, because we already established that this actor is female.
What's in the boiling pot? Kinda mundane splash effects.
I am doing them actually.
Wow, wow, Lego.
What immersive gameplay!
Shanty.
Poke,
What's in the boil?
Poke the water.
Kind of boring effects. This game is boring. Yo.
Seasoned by sadness,
Man, Legon, the most.
What in the...
ravaged by madness, rotten with sin.
Why did you take that with you?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, Yule's playing this blind.
Yeah, this is the first time playing this game. I'll be honest, I was giving a review code by Bluebird Team, and while I am thankful for that, I'll be honest, I just don't like this game. Like at all.
Well, would you say it's a case of like it's not a terrible game, but it's not a great game to play blind? I mean, I don't know. That's a weird line to cross. I can totally admit that.
Hello.
Oh.
Followed by longing. Hardened
Did you guys hear my
Okay,
question?
so we're finding organs. Yeah, we heard your question. It's
has
just...
lost all its gloss.
Okay. I just didn't know if I was lagging out.
I'm just more focused on the game.
That was actually the game itself. Like not even kidding. That Ricky the emotion, that was actually the game.
Oh fuck, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. It was.
Yeah.
I guess it's part of the theming.
Well,
but yeah.
Like I said, anyway, the question stands. Do you think it's a game that's not great to play blind, but it's decent on its own merits, or do you think it's just a boring experience?
It's a boring experience. Yeah.
Yeah, very much.
Yeah, this isn't lag or anything. This is actually how it's running. I think it's making fun of the way films work, because they often have to rely on
CGI and puppets.
Yeah, and running at 30 frames per second, especially for the time
Yeah.
this quote unquote film was made, which is like the 50s. So
Yeah.
seeing something at this frame rate, and the game is still
Everything
smooth
else.
still, yeah.
Yeah, the game, the camera's like super like smooth and stuff, and it's like, oh, look at this old thing. That thing, like, okay, I see what you mean. Like, that thing looked like a Silent Hill enemy, and that's kind of crap. That's kind of crap. It's like, come on. Be your own thing. Now it's just doing fucking Pyramid Head gyrations. Stop it. Ugh.
But yeah,
Fuck you. Silent Hill 2 is a good game.
Again, I just don't like it. Like,
Well, this area looks kind of interesting, but yeah.
Layers of Fear
See-
2, the problem is the same problem that... Oh, okay, I know what to do now. But still, the
You're
problem,
finding the things to put into the pot.
Yeah. The problem with Layers of Fear 2 is that it doesn't... It tries to be something it
It's almost
is.
like you're stirring the pot.
It tries to be something it's not. Like, again, they had
Yeah.
a working formula in terms of psychological horror games with Layers of Fear, and then they basically just started to do sequels, and
They kind of threw it out the window a little.
yeah, because they wanted to do what the critics wanted. You know, give us another fucking jump scare, give us yet another fucking jump scare fest, and you know, enemies that chase us with while we literally have nothing to defend
Give us the
ourselves on.
same thing that every other horror game's done, except better because they were designed around it.
Exactly, and this game is not designed to be this way, so
Perfect example of a game trying to take a formula that it's clearly not made for and adapting it to its own product. And it's like, you have to. It's why Mario isn't a shooter. You know, it's why Resident Evil had to go back to that horrific formula. Like Resident Evil 2 is such a
It
success.
had to go
they went
back to the
what they knew.
horror roots instead of just becoming an action game.
Yeah, which was fine for 4, but like 5 and 6 clearly showed why it's like this is not why this is not what
Way
made
more
Resident
6
Evil what
than
it is.
5, because 5 was...
Yeah, 5 is decent.
ridiculous.
But it starts with 5 in that it's like this is not what Resident Evil is. And you
Yeah,
clearly
it
need
nosedives with 6, but it's still very
Yeah.
much a comparison to make.
Yeah, it's why people say 6 is a good action game, but not a good Resident Evil game. And it's like maybe this would be a decent jump scary game, but that's not what Layers of Fear is supposed to be.
exactly.
It isn't even
Clearly.
that, actually. It's not even
It's
decent
not even
with jump
that.
scares.
Yeah, it's not even decent with jump scares. It's just like, jump scare. That's about it.
The fact is, Layers 2 is trying to do so many things at once, is that it loses focus on all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's sad because I can't see how this plot can work.
You can see glimmers of a great game here.
Yeah, I can see the glimmers
always
of
a tragedy.
an amazing mind blowing, you know,
Experience.
drama, and you know, it will be a game that will bring me
An
to
Eternal
tears.
Darkness kind of thing, where it's
Yeah.
like you know, you can see something like that there, but Eternal Darkness knew what it wanted to do and did it.
Yeah.
This doesn't know what it wants to do, and suffers for it.
Psychological players don't scare the player, sure, but they mess with them. They mess with their
Horror is a very
perception of
tough
reality.
thing to get right, though.
Yes,
but they already
yes.
did get it right.
Yes, but psychological horror always worked in this sense that it messes with your perception of reality. That's what makes it effective. It toys with you and makes you feel like you don't have any control over your actions. It pretty much
Well,
says,
good psychological horror and a bad psychological horror can do that. But yeah, you're definitely like right.
Ethel, don't step into the light.
Like I think a good psychological horror beats out any jump scare thing, in my opinion. Or even like here's another good thing, and that's why like Resident Evil 2 works as a game. The remake and even like the old school Resident Evil games work is like when you fill a player or a watcher or a viewer with a sense of like dread. It doesn't even have to be psychological horror. It's like a sense of dread looming over. It can be really effective for a horror thing.
Yeah.
If you feel scared about the thing that's in front of you, even if it's just some zombie, it's like you're doing your job.
Something like Anatomy really does actually work that really well, because that game is basically just you roaming around a house that keeps getting distorted, and it's like, hey, you got to find out more and more about what it is, and then turns out the house is actually eating people, like the house is alive and all that, and it works
Yeah.
because it
So it's like
really it doesn't
you
try to make
slowly realize-
anything else happen. It
Mhm.
just tries to do the thing with the house, and that's all that it focuses on, and that's why it works.
Mhm.
Right, and then it slowly makes you over time scared of the entire environment that's around you, which is the house.
Or at the very least uneasy.
Yeah. Because now you don't feel safe in the entire area that you're in, which is supposed to be the the place the entire game takes place in. So obviously, it works as a tool to make you scared.
Yeah. I still wouldn't pay money for it, but still. It works at what it tries to do.
Show yourself, ye one-eyed freak.
That's a wow. That sounded like Richter Belmont. Show yourself, demon! You don't belong here! Sorry, wrong game.
You don't belong in this world.
You don't belong
What
in
is
this
an
world, Layers
actor?
of Fear 2.
A miserable little pile of people. But enough talk. Action!
What is Layers of Fear 2? A miserable pile of game that's boring. But enough talk. Let's play. Man, Dracula would make this adventure a lot more entertaining.
Oh, he really would. Imagine if we actually got to play as
guys, I
Richter
figured out how to
Belmont
make
in
this
this.
game more interesting. Guys, I figured out how to make this game more interesting. Turn it upside down. Flip the house upside.
Dracula,
Gold.
that only works for your castle. Only because Alucard has so many absurd maneuvering things.
We'll call it Layers of Fear, Symphony of the House. It'll work.
Symphony
We'll
of
sell
the
millions.
House. That's the name of this part.
Symphony of the House. It'll work. See, I'm a genius, Alucard. This is why I make a lot of money. Sir, you haven't made money since the early 1700s.